'Twas the day known as Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even Sponsor Parrot. Oh wait, never mind. They're actually doing a lot of stirring. Whatever that means.
Hey, you know it's New Year's, right? Christmas was like a few days ago.
Shut up, man. Hey, Sponsor Parrot, Merry Christmas! Is that a gift for me? Aw, you shouldn't have. No, like really, I mean, you probably shouldn't have. I haven't worn that pirate outfit in like 3 years. I am not a very good friend, but hey, whatever, let's see what's inside. Oh, wow, is that a tongue Sahora plushie? For me? How thoughtful, thanks. No, I didn't get anything for you. Hey, I got you a present too. Really? You got me a present? Sure did. Wanna hear it? Hear it. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a piggy video for thee. On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 Cuphead clones and a piggy video for thee. On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 tongue sahors, 2 Cuphead clones, and a piggy. Okay, cut the music. Did you make an entire song just to ask me about the piggy video? I mean, yeah, kind of. I gotta make up for all the times I didn't bother you about it this year. Well, there's no video. I haven't even played the damn game yet. Okay, so A, I'll make sure to harass you more about that next year, and B, as punishment for not even playing Piggy this year, I'm sentencing you to 1 video in the dungeon. Have fun! What? Is that even something you could— Oh! Ow. Well, this sucks. And on Christmas of all days. But hey, at least I still have this Triple T plush Sponsor Parrot gifted me. I guess we could talk about that. What's more festive than Roblox and AI-generated slop? Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, strap in. Because this is uhyeah talks about Brainrot for a few minutes, and it's also a Christmas special that's late for some reason. I don't know. Here we go. Also, make sure to subscribe, you know, because it's my Christmas wish and all that. You know, it's just really simple. Just to ignore the fact that Christmas was multiple days ago and this video is comically late. God fucking, I just continue. And now, back to the show.
Who the fuck even are you?
Alright, so as many of you already know, earlier this year I made a whole ass 40-minute long video about Italian brainrot. Just in case you haven't watched that video, here's a quick explanation on this whole thing. Italian brainrot is a type of meme that started cropping up on TikTok in 2025 that features a bunch of different nonsensical AI-generated animals and creatures accompanied by equally nonsensical audios that are usually in Italian. Hence the trend name. This was one of the more interesting videos I've made from my perspective, because for once, I wasn't comically late to talking about a trend in this space. Normally I let things simmer down a little bit before I go over everything, but when I wrote my video on this topic, it was literally right before channels like Horror Skunks and Game Tunes started jumping on it. Because of this, I genuinely had zero clue where Italian brainrot was going to go in terms of its lifespan and overall trajectory. The obvious answer at the time was basically the same shit Garten of Banban and Rainbow Friends went through. All the content farms would focus on it for a few months, there'd be a metric ton of bootleg merchandise, and then it would slowly die off and be replaced by something else. And like, I guess this kind of happened, just not in any sort of way I could have predicted. Like, at all. Alright, let's start with the content farms. Like I already mentioned, some of the usual suspects started tapping into the Italian brainrot goldmine around the same time my video came out. But to my surprise, none of them really stuck to it for very long. Both Game Tunes and Horror Skunks got a couple bangers out of it, but very quickly switched to other targets, like the Roblox game 99 Nights in the Forest, and the fucking 6'7" kid, I guess. Quick detour. Are any of you at home aware that a certain gambling website turned this kid into a fucking slop gambling machine with shitty AI-generated assets? Well, now you are. Nothing screams Christmas spirit quite like losing all your life savings on the fucking 6'7" gambling game. Anyway, as far as other content farm content, I really didn't notice anything too crazy. Italian Brainrot really just didn't stick around as a long-term content farm cow, which was both shocking and also not really at all. I think the initial few months it was mostly relegated to short-form videos really hurt the shelf life of this one. By the time long-form creators got to it, a lot of the gas was already out of the tank. But honestly, it's probably best this way. It's better that these channels make slop about things made by actual humans and not this shit. So that's the content farm channels, but what about the bootleg merchandise? Well, you at home can probably answer this one for me, unfortunately. Because the legality around all these AI characters is super all over the place, these cheap bootleg companies finally had access to something popular that they could sell with pretty much zero fear. Because of this, Brainrot merchandise has been popping up all over the place at various stores. I'm sure it's way worse in the States, but even up here in Canada, I've seen it crop up a few times. Anyway, if anyone wants to trade Italian Brainrot trading cards with me, yeah, hit me up. I'm looking for a triple T. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the aftermath of Italian Brainrot. A little odd, but overall, it still followed the basic lifespan of these weird-ass content farm trends. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so I guess we can just wrap up.
All I wanted was to see Hunter.
One more time.
And now I'm not gonna be able to.
Oh, how could I forget? Roblox. Well, here's the reason this video even exists in the first place. If Italian Brainrot just died off like normal, I would have never thought about making a second video about it. But something very unexpected happened instead. Months after the trend had already started to fizzle out, Brainrot content suddenly started to take over Roblox like a plague, and has now become the most popular theme for games on that site for the last couple months. In fact, the game with the highest concurrent player count ever on Roblox is the infamous Steal a Brainrot. Wanna guess how many concurrent players Steal a Brainrot had at its peak? 25 fucking million! I am not kidding! This Brainrot shit is serious. This same success has transferred over to other games as well, such as Fortnite, where the most popular user-created map ever is literally just a clone of Steal a Brainrot. So, how the hell did we even get here? How did a trend that was clearly walking out the door end up becoming even more popular than it was before? Well, in order to maybe figure that out, we have to go back to earlier this year when a little Roblox game called Grow a Garden first exploded onto the scene.
Mrs. B. Fucking hell. Arse on her, lads.
Released on March 26, 2025, Grow a Garden quickly took the world by storm. Before Steal a Brainrot hit its all-time player count record, it was Grow a Garden that was consistently hitting those records week after week, update after update. If you've somehow never heard of this game and have no idea what I'm talking about, Grow a Garden is a game where you, grow a garden. Exciting, I know. It's a little crazy that a gardening game of all things got this popular, but I guess the concept was just simple enough to capture the attention of millions of people. At least for a time. The other games in this video I'm going to talk about, I haven't actually played before. However, I have played Grow a Garden, and I was actually kind of addicted to it for like a month before eventually just getting bored with it. It's a neat game, but I personally just grew tired of the gameplay loop. Grow a Garden has definitely fallen off since its peak in the summer, but the game still gets around 100k players daily, which for any other game would be hella impressive. But given that only a few months ago that number was in the millions consistently, the drop is definitely notable. I think there's been a lot of mismanagement with Grow a Garden that led to it losing most of its player base, such as lackluster updates, events, and the team not listening to community feedback as fast as they should be. There's also another reason why Grow a Garden is getting less attention, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, on May 16th, 2025, the Roblox game Steal a Brainrot was born, and the world was never the same. You're probably wondering why I even brought up Grow a Garden before this game, and one of those reasons is the art style. Both of these games basically share the exact same art style, and that's because Grow a Garden's success was making it super popular at the time. This art style is now commonly referred to as retro slop, since it's like kind of trying to imitate how Roblox games used to look, but taking it to a ridiculous degree. It basically just boils down to spamming the stud texture on everything for that epic retro look. Grow a Garden was definitely getting a little bit of flack for this art style before, but it got way worse when games such as Steal a Brainrot got popular with the exact same art style. Anyway, What the hell even is Steal a Brainrot? Okay, so one of the main mechanics in Grow a Garden is the ability to steal rare plants from other players. You have to use Robux to do this, but it is an option for new players if they want to make a bunch of money super fast, or if you just want to annoy someone. Steal a Brainrot takes this idea and basically makes it the entire game. You have these bases where you keep your Brainrot characters you've collected, and you're given a bunch of tools to both protect yours and steal others. And that's pretty much all I know on a surface level. Listen, my only real exposure to this game is seeing clips of grown men stealing Brainrots from children, and also grown men crying over Brainrots too. Which, I mean, sue me, but they're pretty goddamn funny. Let's see, what else do I know about this game? Oh, Tim Cheese is a Brainrot you can collect. And I'm not forgiving that rat for making a pump and dump coin and selling out to Block Blast. Listen, I'm never gonna be able to make my in-depth video on the Tim Cheese lore at this point. The topic is just insanely irrelevant now. But I still have the receipts, motherfucker! The popularity of Steal a Brainrot and its taking of the crown from Grow a Garden has actually led to a bunch of crazy shit. For starters, with the explosion of Steal a Brainrot and other Brainrot games on Roblox, the term Italian Brainrot has pretty much completely died off, which is very fascinating. The popularity of these games has pretty much hijacked the trend entirely and taken the word Brainrot with them. Brainrot was used pretty commonly to describe a certain subset of memes, and to some extent it still is used that way, but it's almost certainly more linked to these Roblox games now than it is with general meme culture, which was obviously not the case only a few months ago. This makes a lot of sense when you realize that modern meme culture is almost always trying to be against the curve in some way. So once a part of it blows up into more general circles, the culture usually adapts around that and phases things out that they deem are now cringe. This was already happening with Italian Brainrot itself when the trend started to get oversaturated on TikTok, and people began making videos saying it was never actually funny in the first place. So something as polarizing as a Roblox game played primarily by children would also probably trigger that same ripple effect. And I guess it kind of has, just in a very odd way that we'll talk about later. So put a pin in that. Another funny thing that happened thanks to Steal a Brainrot's success was the Grow a Garden team deciding that running Grow a Garden wasn't enough, and that they needed to make 2 Brainrot games for some fucking reason. Remember when I said there was another reason for the downfall of Grow a Garden? Well, this is it. The first of these is Plants vs. Brainrots, which is kind of inspired by Plants vs. Zombies, although the gameplay is quite different overall. This game actually got fairly popular early on, but has since died off a considerable amount. The thing is, though, the game still gets constant updates and events, and from what I've been able to pick up on, it seems like Plants vs. Brainrots consistently gets better updates and admin abuses compared to Grow a Garden, where the events have been so bad recently that there was an actual attempt to boycott one of their events around a week ago.
People are boycotting Grow a Garden. I saw this video on my For You page of Creecraft, who seemed to, feature my video in it. He shows this Reddit page of people basically saying they're gonna host a strike, refusing to participate in the next admin abuse next weekend.
Now, I was able to attend a few of these admin abuse events while I still played Grow a Garden, and back then, they seemed to be all run very well and had a good mix of valuable restocks and fun in-game events. So if the complaints are true, it does seem like the creation of these Brainrot games by the same team has definitely impacted Grow a Garden in some way. Oh yeah, the other Brainrot game they made recently is called Brainrot Seas, which as far as I'm aware is just a copy of an already existing Roblox game called Blox Fruits, just with a Brainrot coat of paint. It was up for a short amount of time for testing purposes, but I think it ended up getting taken down due to the backlash being pretty brutal. The decision to even make these games is baffling to me, considering how popular Grow a Garden was only a few months ago, and the fact that these Brainrot games definitely have an even shorter shelf life than that game does. Would it not make more sense to put all that effort and manpower into making sure Grow a Garden isn't suffering? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but that makes a whole lot of sense to me. Anyway, the final thing I want to talk about in relation to Steal a Brainrot is just how much aura fucking tung Sahor has gained since the explosion of this game. Like, he even has a cool ass nickname now, Triple T. That's how you know he's made it. There's even a rumor that he might be added to Fortnite as a little companion sidekick. Like, do you know how fucking insane that would be? List of notable Fortnite sidekicks: SpongeBob, Baby Groot, Tung Sahor. Even back when I made my original video, Tung Sahor was easily one of the most popular Brainrot characters. But now, it is undeniable that he is the most popular by a long shot. And the best part is, the reason he got super popular is kind of fucking ridiculous. Alright, so one day, just out of the blue, Triple T was completely removed from Steal a Brainrot. This wasn't a thing where you just couldn't get him anymore. No, anyone who already had him in their base lost him without warning. This, as you could probably guess, caused almost instant chaos among the player base. What the hell happened? Well, remember earlier when I said the copyright around these Brainrot characters was kind of free real estate? Well, that's mostly true, except for Tung Sahor. I guess sometime after the meme blew up, the creator of the original video, Noxa, decided to get in contact with lawyers in order to establish copyright over Tung Sahor. Now, all this AI shit is super new, so I'm not super surprised they were able to get away with obtaining the copyright for Triple T, but it still feels like a bit of a gray area, considering that the image is completely AI generated. It's the kind of thing I wonder if in the future, there will be more concrete laws around. But who knows? Once the copyright was obtained, the character was properly licensed out to a few companies for various things. But obviously, Steal a Brainrot was actively using Tung Sahor before all of this went down. This led to the company representing Noxa to contact the Steal a Brainrot team and request some kind of deal be made over the use of the character. The Steal a Brainrot guys saw this and just said, fuck that, and completely removed the character from the game. Eventually, both parties would reach some kind of deal that resulted in Tung Sahor being added back to the game, this time literally being resurrected from a coffin. But this incident ended up just making the character way more popular, since all of a sudden, he was this elusive entity that everyone playing Steal a Brainrot was interested in. This eventually bled outside of Steal a Brainrot and gave Tung Sahor the status he has now. Honestly, this entire situation is just funny as fuck. I don't really know what else to say. When I made my original video on Italian Brainrot all those months ago, I never could have predicted this is where we'd end up. Life is odd, huh? Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about these Roblox games. I'm sure most of them will end up probably dying off sometime next year. That's usually how shit like this goes. Although, who knows about Steal a Brainrot specifically? That game is really a force to be reckoned with. Well, we're basically done here. But there's one more thing I want to talk about before we wrap this up.
Everyone, listen up. The great meme reset is happening, and it's now or never. Brainrot kids are spamming everything. Nonsense, chaos, overused jokes. To stop it, we cannot let that happen. Here's the plan. Step 1. Never say the forbidden memes again. Step 2. Ignore every new Brainrot post.
Bro. This might be one of the stupidest things I've ever talked about on this channel. And I've talked about some stupid shit. Normally I try and give you all some sort of somewhat comprehensive background on what I'm talking about, but I genuinely can't be fucked here. I'm just gonna speak from the soul on this one. The Great Meme Reset is a phenomenon that has grown in popularity on TikTok over the last couple months. Remember earlier when I mentioned that meme culture usually goes against whatever's popular? That's basically what this is, but set up by a bunch of cornball Roblox commentary accounts. You've seen them before. They all use the same annoying-ass editing style and text-to-speech voices while playing Roblox obbies in the background.
I swear, the second You know what? No! I'm tired of ranting in English. Chào các bạn. Trời ơi, nói tiếng Việt đúng là thoải.
I don't exactly know where the concept of the Great Meme Reset even started, but it was 100% these accounts that made it a popular topic, even if just ironically. So, what the hell even is the Great Meme Reset? The Great Meme Reset is the idea that on January 1st of 2026, everyone is going to stop posting Brainrot memes and instead all reset back to how culture was in 2018. You know, Big Chungus, Ugandan Knuckles, the classics. Yeah, so obviously this whole thing is fucking stupid, and everyone already knows that. This whole thing is basically a cycle of rage bait, where these Roblox accounts probably ironically made videos on the Great Meme Reset, which led to other people making videos on the Roblox accounts making fun of them, which then encourages more of these Roblox accounts to make more of these for engagement, and the cycle continues. Oh, but you know, the Great Meme Reset is definitely gonna work. Yeah, what am I saying here? I'm stupid.
Can we guys agree on something that the Great Meme Reset is not happening? Like memes are made to die, not to be reborn.
Yes, Baldy, I 100% agree. My favorite thing to come out of all of this is the lore regarding the Roblox commentary account known as SmallArmRants. At first glance, his account seems the exact same as any of these other Roblox commentary pages. His first video is even about the Great Meme Reset.
If you're a Brainrot kid, keep scrolling. Alright, now that they're gone, let me remind you that the Great Meme Reset is only a couple weeks away. That means in January, we're gonna bring back classic memes like Nyan Cat and Quandale Dingle and annihilate Brainrot kids and their cringe memes.
However, the more you go through the videos on the account, the weirder it gets. Like we have this video about him, and I quote, raising up his best friend's fine shite.
Bro, I think I just accidentally rizzed up my best friend's fine shite. Let me explain. So today us three were chilling at the mall. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then my friend sees a plushie of Tongue Sahur for sale. He sprints to it like the world's about to end. And I give his GF a nasty side eye that says,
Is this Brainrot kid serious right now, bro?
to my surprise, she starts blushing like a tomato and says,
Have you heard of the Great Meme Reset?
no way, bro! She's a keeper, boys.
And another one about the Great Goth Reset? What the fuck?
So I was chilling in Hot Topic when I hear the sound of leather boots stomping towards me. I turn around. I see nothing but black lipstick and dominant stares. Then they say, wait, are you SmallArmRants? You're the Great Meme Reset guy. My mind was racing. I wanted to say something clever to impress them. I blurt out, actually I'm starting the Great Goth Reset, where on January 1st, 2026, we bring back Goth Dommy Mommies from 2010. To my utter shock, they loved it. They talked about how good of an idea it was and walked out the store with me, of course. With me, of course.
Alright, what the fuck is any of this? Well, if we take a swing over to his comment section, there's a bunch of pictures of this woman, who actually happens to be another TikToker named Kate is Cray Cray. This is like a middle-aged woman, and her videos are all just talking about brain rot. With scary accuracy, mind you.
Story time on how my chud of a 29-year-old son ruined Thanksgiving.
I know it's a bit after Thanksgiving, but
I've just been taking time to process this. So we came down to the dining room for dinner. I just got done setting everything up, and everyone there was excited because he barely ever
Leaves his basement.
And then he immediately goes, and I'm not even joking.
none of the scoofy food looks like
Chicken stars.
I'm done with Thanksgiving. Then he crawls back into his slimy basement. And he did this all
Completely unironically, by the way.
What we want to focus on, though, is her recent videos, which are her talking about her 29-year-old chud son who makes Roblox rant videos. Wanna take a guess who it is?
Oh, my child of a 29-year-old son did it again. He uploaded another Roblox rant.
And I've been putting off talking about this one for over a week because it's
The most embarrassing one yet.
jump scare warning, by the way.
Sister Seven Goth baddies surrounded me, and they looked like they wanted to fight. Let me explain.
I'm out. 6 or 7 goth baddies surrounded me. Who the frick starts a conversation like that?
Chud.
Yeah, so apparently this woman's son just so happens to be the SmallArmRants. This then opens up a different can of worms. This whole thing is obviously some sort of scripted bit, right? Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that both of these accounts are run by the same person. The Kate is Cray Cray account always manages to have the exact images from the SmallArmRants videos perfectly cropped, and SmallArmRants himself has never actually acknowledged Kate's videos, despite them being insanely popular and all over his comments. Now, this whole bit is funny as fuck, I have to give props for that. But what the hell is actually going on here? Is this random woman actually this tapped into modern internet culture and doing this completely by herself? Or is there someone else pulling the strings behind both of these accounts? Honestly, I don't think we'll ever know. And it's probably better that way. The newest arc in this story is that SmallArmRants created the final meme of the year before the Great Meme Reset, which is just this.
It's important. Today is December 30th, meaning the Great Meme Reset is just 2 days away. 2 days until no more brain rot. But before we celebrate, we have one final duty. We must end the year on a good note. With all the brain rot this year, we shall make the final meme of 2025 be an actually funny and creative one. But don't worry, I cooked up something good. Without further ado, here is my contender for the last meme of 2025. Green bean, what you mean? Hell no! What you guys think?
Anyway, as of the time I'm writing this, we're only a day away from the Great Meme Reset, so I guess we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be great. Well, with that covered, I think we're done here. Who knows what we'll have in store for next year in regards to general internet culture and stuff, but hopefully it's better than this shit. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been uhyeah, and I'll see you all next time. Wait, don't end yet. What? Why? I didn't get to finish my song yet. Wait, what? And a piggy video for thee. Merry Christmas, everybody.